Joining us today is psychic lawyer Mark Anthony. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Fascinating topic. As a psychic lawyer, I'm curious how you bring your work as a psychic into the law.
Well, both jobs deal with evidence. As an attorney, you have to have evidence to prove your case in court. And as a psychic medium, I have to present evidence which is transmitted to me from a spirit to the recipient that can be verified.
And I understand you've written a book, too, called Evidence of Eternity. Tell us about that.
Evidence of Eternity bridges the gap between the spiritual and the scientific. And I've redefined the terms in mediumship, which were coined in the Victorian era, and I brought it into the 21st century based on science, theoretical physics, human physiology, and evidence. Because what I've found is that faith and science are not mutually exclusive.
Mark, I gotta ask you. One, I'm not a doctor. I'm a lawyer, like you. So do you use these powers like to get the upper hand in a case? So if you and I were trying a case together, would you like know everything that's happening because of your psychic power? And I'd be like reading the law books and doing what I learned in law school, and you would be like kicking my butt because you would know everything.
Well, I'd do my best. Being psychic gives me insights. It does not make me all-knowing and all-seeing. And I tell people, I'm a medium, I'm not the Messiah. Okay. But it does give me insights into situations, and it certainly has come in very handy in the courtroom.
Have you worked with law enforcement in the past to help them find, say, bodies or people that have gone missing? Have you been able to help law enforcement?
I've been consulted a number of times with law enforcement, and what people have to realize that psychic intuition and messages from spirits, that's hearsay. And as an attorney, we know that hearsay is an out-of-court statement offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted. Can you think of anything more hearsay than something from a spirit? But a little bit. But what it does is it can lead the police on the trail to find admissible evidence, which can then lead to the arrest and hopefully the conviction of the murderer.
I'm curious because you read the man who found Kaylee Anthony's body.
Yes, I did. I could see the spirit of a little girl, and I began to feel a deterioration in a wire mesh over her face, and I felt the body was in water. And I started describing the impressions I was getting, and I said, there's a man who was braver than my daddy, is what came forward. And he said, I found Kaylee Anthony's body. And what had happened was he was a truck driver, and he had stopped, and I know it's a G-rated show, but he got out to relieve himself, and he started smelling something, and he walked over and he saw the skeletal remains of a child. Turned out to be Kaylee Anthony, and he was arrested, and initially the suspect, but they found later that he was not the suspect. And it was very healing for him to hear Kaylee basically say, thank you for bringing some closure to this by finding the remains.
We do have to go to break, but Mark is going to stick around, and speaking of a cold case, he gets involved after the break.
As a vicious murder case runs ice cold, can this psychic medium find her killer?
She says, go through the emails, go through the emails.
His shocking discovery.
The police are missing this.
All new